Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. It's time to talk about the early access for the French coastal fleet. Obviously on the dev server we saw the VLT-2 and it has finally been announced in a devblog. The VLT-2 will be a premium torpedo boat which is coming to France at rank 4 of the coastal tech tree. Now understand, this update is not really going to feature a coastal tech tree for France. This is a pre-order that you can get a discount on if you want with my partner link, which is in the description and also in a pinned comment. And if you get this vehicle, you'll be able to obviously grind out crew skills and stuff like that if you only like playing French coastal, and it will give you an option to run with the blue water vehicles. Understand that the coastal tech tree is going to be coming in a future update, so it's not going to be in this one, it's going to be in the future. So by buying this vehicle, you are buying it for the pre-order bonuses, which are a unique free French flag and also a unique People's Avenger title. You'll also get 1000 G and 15 days of premium, and it's pretty cheap for what you actually get out of it, which is quite nice. Definitely worth a pickup if you're interested in the French naval, which is obviously very good. So let's talk about the history of this vehicle and how it's going to work in the game. During the occupation of France in the 1940s, French shipyards still had a number of vessels in construction. Part of these were a set of 10 boats, which the Germans began converting into mine-clearing vessels and rescue boats for the Luftwaffe. Shortly after the liberation, most of these projects were cancelled. However, 2 of the vessels were converted into torpedo boats, being designated the VLT-1 and also the VLT-2. These vessels underwent extensive evaluation in the post-war period, but the Navy ended up not pursuing building more units. In the end, the VLT-2 ended up being dismantled in 1949, while the VLT-1 served as a basis for a new series of MTBs. So with the addition of the VLT-2, it also shows that they're working on the coastal tree for France. And to be honest, with the Benelux being added in aviation, and surely in ground at some point, I'm sure they'll come to naval as well. The Benelux setup, Belgium, Netherlands, and Luxembourg, specifically the Dutch, have quite a few pretty fun machines that could be added to this tech tree. And with the VLT-2 being added, it gives you a bit of a kickstart to what you'll see going forward. I'm sure in the tech tree we'll get the VLT-1. France themselves kind of struggle when it comes to PT boats and things like that from the pre-war period, but post-war they do actually have some interesting stuff that they can add. So I'm sure, we'll see some more of them, which will be pretty nice. As somebody who's been has been a fan, there we go, of the French naval tech tree already, with their destroyers being incredibly fun, and also their cruisers putting out a ton of damage. Their battleships, not exactly great, but the cruisers and the destroyers, which is mainly where I play naval nowadays, were fantastic to play through. I'm very happy to see the VLT-2 as well. The Blue Water Fleet for France is fun, and they seem to be adding more and more to it over the time, including a really interesting destroyer with a bunch of different ideas on it the next update. And one of the problems that the French tech tree has is pretty simple. The game modes aren't really built for it. The issue is that when you only have destroyers and cruisers, and if you don't have hydroplanes on most of those vehicles, you can't really cap a lot of the zones that are on most of the maps. So you end up just becoming a person who fires out damage instead of somebody who ends up, actually fighting kind of properly. So this limits you massively in your ability to control the game or to do anything with it. With a coastal tech tree edition and with this premium, that means that you can easily affect the battle a lot more and actually get more out of them. Instead of just being a score magnet and also a DPM monster, which a lot of the French Blue Water are, now you'll actually be able to affect the course of battle, since a lot of capture points are pretty much designed just for coastal units. This vehicle itself also has some firepower. It has two 40mm on it, and also it has two 20mm at the same time. The firing angles of the 40s are a little bit annoying, but you still should always be able to get one or two on target. It also has some torpedoes, but these torpedoes are not very good. One of the nice things about it, though, is you can actually aim them. They're not stationary. There is actually two guys sat moving the torpedoes from left to right, which is pretty cool. So if you want something which actually looks quite nice in animation terms and also is able to, direct them slightly differently, this would be something to go for. So for me, when I have a look at this vehicle, I see promise, I see future, I see optimism for the French tech tree. They've done a lot of work with the Blue Water tech tree the last year or so, and it's in a lot better position than it was when it first launched. The guns are fun, the torpedoes are okay, and the mobility is very much needed. Hopefully in the future, we can see more fun vehicles like this in a future update. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.
I'd just like to thank GMG Smiley, CD Beans, Chieftain Mike, EMN3 Galaxy, Tulio Pontecorvo, Brendan Quinn, Carrion Crow, Gus Irenicus, Pyman, Wartinder, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, Martinez, B. Young, Ozzy Panzer, Alan Hacker, Liam Shear, Opium Prime, Lafouche, Sem, Aslan, Uncle Bean, and Derek R. for supporting the channel.